Sorry I wasn't here yesterday, guys. I had a little bit of an emergency in the middle of the night with Koa. I wasn't sick, but Koa, our 3-year-old, woke me up in the middle of the night, and I'm still a little bit shaken by it because now I'm like, what about if I didn't wake up? I'm a really, really light sleeper, but now I'm panicked at the possibility of what would happen if I slept through, because it would have been just before midnight and I heard someone making noises, and it actually sounded like they were doing the ABC.
Right.
And my first thought was, who is that and how dare you, because you're going to wake up the other kids.
Yeah.
And I ran straight into the room and I saw Koa on the bed trying to breathe. He couldn't breathe. Like he was making noises like, and I was like, oh my God, what is going on? And I'm used to, our middle son has had croup quite bad. And all of a sudden it comes on so quickly. And I put Koa to bed and he was 100% fine. There's no colds going on at the moment. There was nothing to indicate that he was sick.
He's never had it. Like Jagger's had it heaps, hey, but not
so
him.
we're always used to, we might have the puffer, and I have steroids there in emergency, and I know, to keep him calm. There's a lot of different, I guess, old wives' tale of like you putting them into the bath or, the shower and trying to get the steam, and I've learnt that does not do any good. No. We have learnt all the signs of, what to be careful for, and that as soon as they get like sunken in just below like their neck, and that's really dangerous. Yeah, and their ribs and also the colour. And I was a little bit like, I don't know, you just go, you don't call an ambulance.
It's a bizarre thing, isn't it? Because an ambulance, you think someone's got to be bleeding or unconscious or something like that.
I think it's an overhang from our growing up when you used to have to pay for it.
It was so expensive, so your parents were
parents
like, you
always
never
said,
call.
an ambulance.
And Scotty was like, I'm calling the ambulance. I'm like, are you sure? And then he called the ambulance for it, and he was on the phone, and then I looked at him and he was going all pale, and and all of a sudden from me going, don't call the ambulance, I was like, how far away are they? How far away are they? I think we called just before midnight, and they came at 5 past.
But that was a long 10 minutes.
We went out to the front to the ambulance officers, and it's so amazing at that point where it just feels quite surreal, where you're like, they do this every day. Yeah. When you're talking to an operator as well, they're so calm. And I feel like going, why are you so calm? This is an emergency. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I don't want to waste your time. And then they listened to his chest and said, well, he's got it starts with an S, spasmodic or something, which is quite sort of rare for the croup.
Right.
And they're like, no, he needs adrenaline. So they put an adrenaline mask on him. And the poor thing, I was like, you okay? He's like, yeah. And I was like, that was a bit scary. And I was like, yeah, scary. And I'm like, oh, it just broke your heart. Now I'm just panicked. I'm like, I'm going to co-sleep until he's 18 now. Because I just keep thinking, my mum keeps reassuring me, like, you did wake up. And you would wake up.
Yeah.
But you just always think, because he wasn't able to make much noise and really wasn't able to breathe, it's just that fear, isn't it, where you feel so helpless of not being able to. And I think of all the parents that have to deal with severe asthmatics the whole time, how much on edge they would be. But everything, a shout out to all the amazing ambulance officers. They were so fantastic, and also to all the nurses and the doctors that work at the Children's Hospital.
Stab Abby and Matt on B105.